No, it's on.
Yep. I think it's going.
Okay.
All right. Viewers will be able to find your stream once you go live. Oh, there we are.
No, it's working?
Can anybody hear us or see us? If yes, could you
Send the message.
say something?
Thank, please.
Please say something.
Hello. Hello.
According
Oh,
to this.
current viewers, nobody.
Well, it said they were waiting.
Okay. If this fails, it's okay.
All right. Well, let's just start.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce our topic?
Yeah. Are we ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, babe. Hello.
Hello.
We're going to introduce myself. My name is Hector Vega. I'm here with my love, Karen.
That was a nice introduction.
Yes.
Thank you.
So this is for her channel, The Soul Navigator. So please enjoy with us this process.
Well, I did a short, and I can include that in the description after, but it was about when it was COVID times, and I got this psychic artist to draw my soulmate.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And then my idea was that she would draw some hunky guy, and so since I was kind of stuck inside, that I could look at this nice picture, and if you go watch that short, you see that wasn't quite what happened. And so I thought I would try it again, and then there's the second drawing, which looks like a mass murder.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
And a few months later, you appeared.
Yeah, I did. I don't know if we can call just coincidence. I think that doesn't exist. It's more like the universe told us what to do and be together.
It was much easier.
Yeah,
than,
it's really much easier.
Yeah, than
So-
all this dating.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We didn't have to deal with that.
Well, I did.
Well, I don't. No,
Yes.
between
Well,
you and
no,
me.
No, between no.
No,
We
it's-
just met and that
yes,
was, we
and that's
knew.
yes. No, one day I met you and look at this güerita, really nice. So I have to meet her. So here we are, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I have some questions that maybe our audience would like to know about us. Okay. Something kind of a specific and some other things personal. Okay.
Right. Go ahead.
Now, okay. General questions. This is about finding a partner later in life. Okay. How is dating later in life different from dating in earlier stages?
I think it's vastly different.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's, first of all, when you're young, people just come together naturally at sports events or parties or bars and people are relatively undamaged, I
Mm-hmm.
think. And dating later in life, we often come with a lot of baggage. I think that's the
Yes.
biggest thing.
Yeah. And I think with this mature age, we know how to manage everything in a better way. Finally, we decide not to create troubles,
Hmm.
don't make a mess with the life we will have together. So we have a common project and we have goals,
Yeah.
right? And
We've had a lifetime of drama too.
yeah,
We're,
no,
we're done with
we're
that.
done, completely done,
Yeah.
no more.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, so okay, another one. What are some misconceptions people have about love in the later stages of life?
I just think the biggest misconception is that it's not the same. Like it's just you're just looking for more like a buddy or whatever. But I think love and is just as intense and the butterflies and all of that you
Mm-hmm.
have when you're younger. And I think people think, oh well, you're old, you don't have all those feelings, and you do. But and I also think that people maybe have just kind of given up a lot and just think, well, there's no such thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've been talking about something like that this morning about age, the little differences on age,
Hmm.
and how the Canadian and US people has the conception of that, no, the difference in age.
Right, it's a big issue.
Uh-huh. And here in Mexico, we don't have that.
Yeah.
No, we can have a gap, maybe 10 years, maybe a little bit more, and no
It's not, and
problem.
nobody even looks sideways at
Yeah,
it. Like, yeah,
nobody.
that's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's easier when you can have a new relationship here instead of in Canada or in the US. No, I don't have much experience about hearing about that, but you do, no, and
Hmm.
you have a lot of friends having this kind of issue and being scared about what their friends will say if they
Like
know.
an age gap relationship. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So this is not a complication, but it's something to take care about.
Well, you have to
No.
kind of get used to it at first too, because I know it's one of the I bet it was the first or second question that I asked you is like, hey, like I'm 7 years older than you. Are you sure that's okay? And I've asked you probably quite a few times since we met
Yeah.
because it was just ingrained in my head, like that's kind of a problem or whatever. And I hear the biggest thing I hear from women, the 50s to 60s and up, that they feel invisible.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came here, it was like age didn't matter, and I was getting a lot of attention,
Yeah.
and it was kind of nice.
You feel
Kind of
good.
nice. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good, baby. What kind of challenges you find uh, finding love later in life you had?
Like, I think where to meet someone, like, I find it, first of all, really hard to meet people. Like, I know everybody meets online. That's how we met, but that was a bit of a nightmare. And the other challenge is I think that men, maybe women too, are just kind of wore out. And the bottom line is a relationship takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. dating somebody, getting to know someone, trying to understand sort of what issues they bring, and I think many people just don't want to do that anymore. That
Mm-hmm.
was, like they want some fun, maybe go out for dinner or whatever, and
Yeah.
that's it. To find someone who wants a committed relationship, who's relatively undamaged, is like it's like finding a unicorn.
Okay.
That's
Yeah. Sure.
that's like you're a
Oh.
unicorn.
Okay. I like that.
Okay.
Okay. Some others. Uh, what kind of benefit you think we have finding love later in life?
I think we don't sweat the small stuff as much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe when you're younger, you fight over a lot of stupid things like who forgot to pay the phone bill or whatever. And I think when you get older, like things are more serene, more peaceful because you don't sweat the small stuff. And I think maybe life is not quite as hectic, so you have more time for each other. And you just value what you have more because you know that there's less time in front of you
Mm-hmm.
than was behind you.
Yeah.
And so you look at each day as more precious.
Yeah. And of course, we've been talking about this morning too about the time limit. We don't have a huge amount of time.
Right.
So we need to enjoy every moment that we have. And I think this kind of relationship in this age, it's more stable. Give
I
us
agree.
too much more stability. So it's really a benefit that we can have, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. Cultural and language differences. We we all maybe 95% of the time we speak in English, right?
Yeah.
We don't
More
speak
99% of the time, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Sometimes you'll say things to me in Spanish that you said,
swearing. Okay.
well, that, but also words of love too. You said,
Oh yeah.
you said you can't really express it as well.
Te amo, güerita.
Yeah, like
Te amo.
you can't express that with the same
Uh-huh.
intensity. I guess it's not the same
As
in
in English, right?
But as for miscommunications and stuff, well, little things.
Yeah.
But like
We
bread,
had
bread.
that. Bread.
We need bread, breath. You need to breathe. Just inhale. Just bread.
Uh-huh.
So there's some miscommunications, but also I think when you're older, you're better at communicating, and so you take more effort to say, "Oh, when you said this, did you mean that?" Or "I'm just checking. Did you want to do this or that?" Or so you're better communicators. So I think it's easier to overcome those kind of challenges.
Yeah. And our mature intelligence give us the skills to understand better than maybe before
Right.
when we had 30 or some. So I think in this moment of our life, it's too much more easier to have a communication, even if I don't speak a perfect English, right?
You're pretty good.
Okay. But I have many issues with pronunciation and making conceptions. So, but you understand me.
Yeah, you're a good communicator
So,
in general.
mhm.
And you're also probably because of your work.
Yeah.
Hector is a paramedic, so you don't have time to sit there with these great big long sentences, so he knows how to communicate something important in a short period of time. And I think you just kind of do the same thing in English, right? Like shorter sentences, and you do that clarifying questions like, did you mean this? Or
Yeah. So, this is mine. You think for some others, like an advice, they need to be aware from English or language barriers?
I think you should be aware of that.
Uh huh.
Absolutely. Because there could be a misunderstanding over nothing, and you need to have good communication skills, which is like reflecting back. So
Mm-hmm.
reflecting back is like, oh, when you said you were upset that the this didn't get done or whatever, did you mean this? Or clarifying. He's like, I'm not exactly sure what you meant by that. Can you say that in another way?
Mm-hmm.
So you might have to just use more communication skills, which we should be doing anyways, even if
Yeah,
two people are speaking the same language.
exactly. Yes.
So
So you are here in Mexico, and which advice you will give to the foreign people coming here? Do they have to keep speaking in English, just in English, or try to communicate more in Spanish?
I think you have to make an effort. If you're in a country, you should be able to speak at least some basic language
Mm-hmm.
in the target language of that country.
Yeah.
I think that's important. And, you also have to understand that, you have to accept certain differences and always remember whatever country you're in, you're a guest there
Yeah.
and act accordingly.
And here in Puerto Vallarta, it's not a big deal because many people speak in English. But what
Hmm.
happened to us when we been in Toluca,
Yeah, there was.
next to Mexico City?
I think we saw the one guy, the one Uber driver, said some things in English to us, and I was like, "Whoa!" That was the only guy when I was there for a month, the only person.
Mm-hmm.
I would try to even interact. There was no like
Yeah.
even just
You
like
remember
yeah,
Sephora?
yeah, like they just.
Nobody.
I walked in like usually in Red Deer where I'm from, they will like almost come up to you, and it's just about too much. Well, when I was in Mexico City and walked into Sephora, they just scattered. It's
Yeah.
like,
So yeah, that happens in places where the English it's not a really often language
mhm.
to hear or to for communication, like in Mexico City, right? Okay. Uh, what's the most surprising thing you've learned about me?
The most surprising
This
thing
it's
that I've learned about you?
yeah.
Well, I don't know. You kind of continue to surprise me. You've
Mm-hmm.
had so many different experiences in life. And sometimes I think I'm just surprised at your level of kind of knowledge, of experience in life, and how kind of humble you are. Like you never brag about it. So many times you'll just say, oh, well, when I did this or whatever, like, and I'll be like, what? Wait, what? Tell me that again.
Mm-hmm.
So you continue to surprise me.
Okay, one. What I can say it's uh, your commitment. That's surprised me. Your commitment, your intelligence, your kindness,
Oh,
everything, everything.
oh.
It's really, really good for me. I'm really surprised about. Mm-mm. Okay, this is something that I found here, and it's I don't know. What was your first impression of it, of me? You have uh, from me. Let's talk
Yeah.
about when y- who you think I can be.
Oh.
Tell to the audience. That will be really funny to hear.
No, it's just like when you've dated online, like you get so many catfishes and those kinds of experiences. Like you literally when you meet someone, you'll see a picture, you'll see a bio, and you're like, yeah, right. So I was talking to him for, I don't know, a few days, maybe close to a week. And he was kind of sticking to his story that he was, this guy in Mexico City, single, he was paramedic, spoke English. And not that I doubted that, but I think I doubted everybody at that
Oh,
point.
okay.
And so I was like, to myself thinking, but I guess I thought it was I kept it to myself, but I was like, well, I just want to see you like on camera, like right away, as soon as possible kind of thing, because I thought you were like a big, hairy, fat guy in his mother's bed and scratching his belly.
Yeah.
Or something else.
Yeah.
And then, no, there you were. You were like, yeah, okay, let's go. And like got on camera right away. And I was like, oh, wow, kind of appears to be like what he says he was. And actually, that kept coming up for me. Like, there were things you would say about yourself, and it was like, well, that was true, and that was true, and that's what he said, and kind of authentic guy. Like, what's going on here?
Okay, that's true.
And you didn't think I was like a catfish or anything? Like,
No, definitely no. I didn't have that in my mind. I saw your picture in your profile, and saying you've been a teacher, so that's what I've been expecting. An intelligent person who can speak English, and I'll try to communicate with that person. That's it. I didn't have any other expectation.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay, this is fun relationship dynamic questions.
All right.
I pick one. I think I think I know the answer.
Okay.
Who's more likely to start a random dance party and sing out loud?
That would be you. That would not be me.
Why?
Well, because you're sometimes quite unpredictable. You do unexpected
You're
things.
unpredictable too.
Oh, I'm so predictable.
Of course not. You surprise me every time what you're saying. I couldn't
okay.
expect what you can say.
Well, I'm trying to keep you on your toes, but I wouldn't be like just bust into a dance in the. Well, maybe after a tequila.
Oh, okay.
A margarita or something.
Or that wine, you remember?
Or that wine.
Oh, that wine.
Or that,
okay.
yeah.
Good wine.
Good wine.
Okay. Our dreams and hypotheticals. If you could go in an all expenses paid trip together, where would you go? I know the answer, and you know the answer. Where?
My new thing is I would like to do a cruise again.
Ah, yes.
And the ideal one for me would be a Mediterranean cruise on the Celebrity Cruise Lines with Esther Hicks.
Okay.
That's my dream to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to go see students all over the world too. Like, you name it, I would go there. Greece.
Oh, Greece.
Germany.
Yes.
Taiwan, Brazil, Spain, everywhere.
Everywhere.
You name it, I'd go there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would like to do that. Okay. Who's more likely to? Who's more likely to get lost, even with a GPS?
Do you even need to ask that? Everybody who knows me knows I have the worst sense of direction of anyone they know. I don't know why. My mother was the same way. Although if you put me in the bush in northern Manitoba, I can tell you north-south. I can find my way out.
Mm-hmm.
But I can barely find my way out of my front door. Like, I've always been like that. So.
What your dad says about that?
can't find your way, your mother, or he would talk about my mother. He'd be like, your mother can't find her way out of the closet, or something like, always different sayings like that. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, who's more likely to plan a surprise for the other?
Me.
Oh, you? Okay. Why?
Well, maybe not. I don't know. You too. You do that. Like
Yeah.
you have little surprises and
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
What I do every time I have something in my hand in my
Oh yeah,
bag.
you always have little surprises. You come in and you're like a little goodie or something, and you
Yeah.
hide it. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. Who's more likely to start a deep philosophical conversation at midnight?
That would be me.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're like, I gotta sleep.
Yeah.
I gotta sleep.
But one time we start, we continue for a long,
Yeah,
long
we've had
time.
some really good deep discussions in the night. and
Yeah,
I really like that.
I really like that too. Uh,
One more? Should we do
yeah.
one
Who's
more?
more likely to binge watch a show all night?
I think me.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a couple of like Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
And I watch them.
Holy.
I know. It's so dumb. I know. I agree. And what else? Something Magnolias, Steel Magnolias, maybe.
And a Mexican telenovela.
Oh yeah, La Piloto. I watched that. Oh, to the point where I was just about speaking Spanish after
Yeah,
watching that.
yeah, that's true.
Should we do one more?
No, that's
Okay.
all. And okay, let's say goodbye to the audience. Please.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions for us, or if you would like us to do this again, talk about a particular topic,
Yeah,
or do something fun like this.
yeah. I think the next time we can have guests
That would be good.
to talk about something else.
Any kind of
Some-
topic.
yeah, sure.
Resolving conflict, overcoming adversity, and
Yeah.
coping with anxiety, things
Yeah,
like that. We just
because
thought we'd do something fun because it's
in-
almost Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and in our professional field, we can talk about many things.
Mhm, yeah.
So that could be really interesting to
Suggestions
do.
are
Yeah.
always welcome.
So please make a suggestion about that. What kind of topic we can talk about, and we'll be glad to do that.
And
okay.
like and subscribe.
And subscribe. Top up and subscribe.
Bye.